Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be covering a project that looks ready to explode next bull run. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So the project I'm going to be covering today is Quant. The ticker is QNT. According to CoinMarketCap, Quant is currently ranked 39th among all cryptocurrencies. It's trading at a price point of $101. It has a market cap of $1.2 billion. It has a max supply of 14.8 million and a circulating supply of 12 million. That's about 81% in circulation. To put things into perspective, Bitcoin has a max supply of only 21 million. Quant being 14.8 million is just over 2/3 of what Bitcoin is, which makes it extremely scarce. Quant reached its all-time high back in 2021 of $428. It's currently retraced 76% since then. Now, as many of you guys know, I am extremely bullish on this project. I think it has a chance to be enormous next bull run. Essentially, Quant is an open source communication protocol. They aim to solve interoperability, which is one of the biggest use cases in all of crypto. Quant launched in June of 2018 with the goal of connecting blockchains and networks on a global scale without reducing the efficiency and interoperability of the network. It is the first project to solve the interoperability problem through the creation of the first blockchain operating system. And the technology they use is the Overledger network. Now, there are a lot of people out there that see Quant's low supply and just assume that Quant is basically trying to be like another Bitcoin. And yes, Quant definitely has a low supply, which makes it very appealing to investors. However, Quant is arguably trying to do something much larger than Bitcoin. In the upcoming future, Bitcoin will work perfectly as a store of value and basically a decentralized digital property, whereas Quant essentially aims to be the glue of the entire world economy. Again, connecting all blockchains and networks together, and they are already working with some massive institutions and enterprises in the world. Now, the founder is Gilbert Verdian. He has over 20 years of industry experience in upgrading the security, technology, and business strategies of businesses around the globe in order to achieve tangible results. And the biggest thing that stands out to me is the security aspect. If large institutions and corporations are going to be incentivized to use the Overledger network, they're going to want insurances that it's not easy to tamper with the technology and hack the network. Gilbert Verdian also founded the ISO standard TC307, which currently has 53 countries working towards it, and it's responsible for the standardization in relation to blockchain and DLT technologies. Gilbert Verdian has a very impressive resume. I highly recommend you guys do a little more research into him specifically if you're looking to invest in Quant. I think you'll be just as astonished as I am. Now, Quant is also one of 8 cryptos to be rumored to be ISO 20022 compliant. This is huge as it allows them to integrate within the whole financial sector and work alongside central banks to help with cross-border payments. And in my opinion, this makes it extremely difficult for Quant to actually fail long-term as they have the trust of central banks. Now, when you look at Quant's website, unlocking benefits for all, assets of all kinds from currencies to carbon credits are being tokenized on blockchain. Financial institutions, enterprises, and their customers all benefit from assets whose ownership is immutable, provenance is traceable, and use is easier to manage. Entirely new digital economies are emerging as a result, and the technology is patented, so no other project out there can copy Quant's tech. Now, I also want to talk about this as it happened about a month ago. Quant collaborates with BIS and the Bank of England on Project Rosalind. We're proud to announce our role as part of the vendor team for Project Rosalind. The project led by the Bank for International Settlements and the Bank of England explored how application programming interfaces could be used for central bank digital currency systems. Now, I understand a lot of you guys out there do not like CBDCs, and I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I'm the biggest fan of them either, but the reality is they are going to happen, and Quant is right at the forefront of the development of them. Now, if that deters some of you guys from investing in Quant, I understand. However, from my perspective, purely from an investment standpoint, who controls most of the money in the world? The central banks. So naturally, I would assume that Quant is going to be around lots of money. And when you're surrounded around a lot of money, it's very easy to get a lot of money. And now I want to show you guys the Overledger network. Feel free to take a second and pause the video if you want a closer look, but overall, the Overledger network could be absolutely huge. It's already big, but in my opinion, this is just the beginning. And now I've talked about this in a couple of my other videos. However, I want to mention it in this as well. BlackRock files for a Bitcoin ETF. What exactly does this mean for crypto? Personally, I would go as far to say that this could potentially start an early bull run. You got to understand, BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world. They are in charge of trillions of dollars of funds. And if a Bitcoin ETF gets passed, it's going to make it significantly easier for the general public to actually get into crypto. And in turn, I would would obviously assume Bitcoin's price is going to skyrocket. And if Bitcoin's price skyrockets, I assume there's a great chance that Quant and many other altcoins prices would also skyrocket. Now, when you look at Quant's Twitter, they have about 132,000 followers, and they are still posting pretty much every single day. Businesses building on blockchain struggle with public chains charging gas fees. These are charged in cryptocurrencies, which means that businesses have little choice but to hold crypto on their balance sheets. Overledger solves this problem. And again, yes, I understand the argument that gas fees is a good thing and you want people paying gas fees because it gives the token utility. But the reality is a lot of businesses are going to hesitate getting into crypto because they don't want to do that. But naturally, if they're in crypto, it's going to make the price go up regardless. So I don't think this is a bad thing. A well-designed CBDC could actually be a huge catalyst for innovation. Businesses and consumers would be able to automate complex and cumbersome processes and implement logic into money. And they have many other tweets that are very informative. Again, if you're looking to invest in Quant, I highly recommend you guys do a little more research into it. Now, in pretty much every Quant video I make, I want to do a price prediction just so you guys know whether or not my opinions have changed. So as for how high I think Quant could go next bull run, when you look at XRP, it's sitting at a market cap of about 24.8 billion. As we discussed, Quant's about 1.2 billion. If you go to market cap of and you put Quant in and you put XRP in, theoretically, if Quant were to reach the market cap of XRP right now, it would be trading at a price point of $1,700, and that'd be about a 16x. Personally, I think that's absolutely possible. I think there's a great chance Quant reaches between that $1,500 to $2,000 mark. Now, obviously, it is possible that Quant could go significantly higher if interoperability actually truly catches on. However, for me personally, I think Quant is going to absolutely explode a few years down the line, not necessarily next bull run. But regardless, a 16 to 20x is not bad at all. It just depends on the gains you are personally looking to make. And again, just remember the whole idea of interoperability being the glue for the entire world economy. That is about as big of a use case as you can get in crypto. But these price predictions are just my opinion. Please do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Now, when you look at Quant on the daily time frame, in my last Quant video, I drew Quant in a falling wedge, which break up 68% of the time. It did start to break up and it ran up to $120. However, it has since crashed back down and is now trading sideways for the most part. Now, if you look at the stochastics are extremely oversold and the RSI is a bit oversold. And then if you look at price action, it swings from a lower low to a higher low. And if you look at the RSI, it swings from a higher low to a lower low. That is hidden Class A bullish divergence. Traditionally, these three indicators suggest Quant is at a higher likelihood to break to the upside. However, it's completely trading sideways. And most projects right now in the crypto space are tied to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin rises, most will rise. If Bitcoin falls, most will fall. And to that point, I want to show you guys Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Similar situation with Bitcoin. The stochastics are oversold, starting to push up, and the RSI is a bit high, but that's not the end of the world. Now, if you look at price action, it is currently touching the 21-day moving average. As long as it does not break beneath the 21-day moving average, that's a very bullish sign that we could get a bounce. Now, you could also argue that Bitcoin is in a bull pennant, which break up 68% of the time, and the measured move would take you to about 36,500. Measured moves do not always play out. However, with the stochastics oversold starting to push up, it's a higher chance that it will break to the upside. Typically, when they break down, you have overbought stochastics. But the reality right now is that Bitcoin is completely trading sideways. It has been at like 30,000, 30,500 for the last week. Until we get a move to the upside or the downside, there's a good chance Quant's going to continue trading at around $100. And keep in mind, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if bad news comes out, Bitcoin could crash back down to 15,000. Anything is possible, just keep an open mind. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how do you guys feel about Quant next bull run? Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.
I'm hitting the ground running, up and coming, ain't nothing, yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100, cold-blooded, no budget, from nothing to something, I ain't bluffing, I got a full hand, and a full plan, I ain't gonna stop till I'm at the top, man, every single drop got me feeling awesome.